Hello, my name is Anand. I wish to demonstrate this lab from AWS Solutions Architect Associate. This is module 10. I am describing this guided lab, that is automating infrastructure deployment with AWS CloudFormation. So, okay, this is the lab contents which we need to proceed. This is automating with AWS CloudFormation. CloudFormation is often said to be as infrastructure as a code. I just started the lab. You see this one. This sandbox has to stop till we get the lab ready. Once the lab is ready, you can say AWS so that it pops up a window, a new tab. We can deploy that. Yes, it is ready almost. See this one, deploying this infrastructure is a consistent, reliable manner is difficult. Yeah, so now the thing is, after completing the lab, you should be able to use this AWS CloudFormation to deploy a virtual VPC networking layer. So there is a code also which is embedded for this particular exercise, that is a YAML code or a JSON code. So we will use that, we will understand what is that code first, and then we will also go through. After deployment, you should be able to see this VPC ready. And in the second one, use your CloudFormation. Again, there is a code for this particular one for an application on top of this VPC that references to the networking layer. So once this VPC is ready, this application like a web server or something like that can be made ready. And let us also explore the templates of AWS CloudFormation Designer using this designer. So finally, we are going to delete the stack. This is the exercise. So click this AWS. It pops up a next window. So the first thing what we need to go through, once this is ready, you see this one, there is a code which is called as a lab network.yaml. Just save this file, or you can view this code also. Maybe what I will do, I will just save this file, save link as, maybe I will put it in downloads. This is lab network.yaml file. Okay, we will also go through the explanation of this particular one, but before that, this is YAML. Even it can be JSON also. YAML is mostly in Python, and JavaScript is mostly with using Java. So here, just go to this specified template using this CloudFormation. So, but before that, I just want to duplicate this one to show you the environment, current environment. So the first one I am going to use as CloudFormation. Okay, I click this, and in the second one I will click this VPC, because I know that this is lab network.yaml is something related to network. Okay, I will open this file. Yeah, you can open using Notepad also. You see this file contains, this template creates VPC, internet gateway, public route table, and of course public subnet. So all these four will be created. This is the code. Remember, the indentation and all these things supports in this particular YAML file. So this is the CADR block for your VPC which will be created, and yeah, you can go through all the code for public route, and of course this is using this internet gateway, and you see public subnet which is having this subnet value is to, that is 10.00/24. This is actually your 10.00/16 is your VPC. This is your subnet which will be created, okay, using this 10.00/24, and you have a route table also which is created. So hence you can see all the four things which will be created, and the outputs also you can see this public subnet and also the VPC will be shown across. Okay, let us quickly deploy this one, but before that I just want to tell you there is only one VPC which is default VPC. You can see this one, the VPC is only a default one. Okay, and even if you see the subnets, there are nothing. There are 6 availability zones which are there in North Virginia, and the defaults only. There is one default route table which is there. Same thing, the internet gateway also, only the default gateway. Okay, this is only for exploration. Now once you launch this CloudFormation, you can see this stacks. There is one stack which is there like that. Let us create a stack. Let us create a stack with standard resources. So just template is ready. Yes, the template is ready. This is a sample template or no designer. We will explore the designer in the third part of this particular one. Template is ready. Upload a template file, choose the file which you have just downloaded, that is lab network. Okay, you see this one, lab network.yaml. Say next. So give the stack name. The stack name which is suggested is something like lab network. You see this one, lab network. I give that name, yeah, and see, say next, and say next. You see, after this next, then you have to give your tagging, application, and inventory is the values. Okay. So add a new tag. The key name is application, and value is inventory. Inventory. You see this one, and say next. So review and create stack. Yeah, and the rest all things remains the same. Default one, stack policy, rollback, all these are default. Say next, and this is the review. You can see this review. We have added the tags, and we have defined the stack. Yeah, that's all. Just submit. Within few minutes, you can see right this one. You can see the events here, one by one. Try to refresh what activities are going on. You see this one. Lab network has created already internet gateway, and also VPC is done. Internet gateway, yeah, VPC is almost resource creation is initiated. VPC is created. You can verify whether VPC has been really created or not. Yeah, you can see that the VPC is created. The second one, 10.00/16 has been created, and you can also see after some time the subnets also shall be created. Yeah, public subnet association, yes, is getting created. Just try to refresh. So you can see VPC gateway attachment is done. Public route table is also completed. Route is getting through. Yeah, public subnet ACL association is done. Yeah, lab network is done almost all. You can verify what all things has been done. You can see one subnet which is called as a public subnet should be ready. Should be ready in one of this. Yeah, 10.00/24. This is the subnet which has been created. And also you can see one internet gateway using the VPC is also attached. IGW. And you see a route table also which is attached to our VPC is also created. Yeah, you can see this has been created. Yep. So all things has been created VPC. Perfect. So now the VPC is almost, yes, it is done. You can explore the things like stack information. You can see the creation, the status is complete. Okay, and go to events. We have seen everything is proper. I mean completed. See the resources also, the internet gateway, public route. Okay, all these things are complete. There shall be two outputs. One is VPC and public subnet, which are done. You can see this, and you can also explore the parameter. There are no parameters which are there. So this is about the stack info. Okay, you can select the tag stack. So I think with this the first task is almost over. Yeah, creation is complete. We verified all these things, the nodes, the template, etc. Now task 2, let us deploy the application layer. For this we have another YAML code. Okay, lab YAML, same procedure, save link as YAML. Okay, you can even go through this YAML template. This is actually creation of EC2 instance and security group in association with your VPC which has been created. So this template provides an EC2 in the VPC subnet provided in a different stack. Okay, so here you see the parameters, especially name and effective. Like you can see that is lab network is being used. Okay, the type is Amazon AMI is your Linux AMI which is being used. You can see Amazon AMI HVM, that is the name of the resource, and web server instance. You are specifying an instance called as T2 micro here, T2 micro, and web server security group which is already defined. Yeah, web server. You can see other parameters also. Disk volume is maybe 100 GB which is being given in this. Since this is a lab, you can do, otherwise it is okay. Otherwise in a free tier you are not supposed to create more than 30 GB. Web server security group, yeah, the ports and all these things also are opened in this particular one. Outputs, you see this URL. you should get a URL. Okay, we just explored that. So what I'll do is that we need to create a stack lab application. This particular one name is lab application. All right. So once the stack is complete, do start this one only once the stack is complete. Okay, it is done. So I'll also create one more stack. Create stack with new resources. Template is ready. Upload the template. Choose the file as lab application. Okay, say next. So give the name as lab application only and ensure that your lab network, the stack name is exact same to same, right. Say next. Add a new tag. Give the tag which we have specified earlier, same way, application and inventory. So this is application and this is inventory. Earlier also we gave this inventory, same thing, the tags. And once this is done, say next and create the stack. Yeah, permissions, all these things are default. Say next. Perfect. You see the parameters, everything is okay. Tags also we have created. Okay, just say submit. So this will ensure that the stack of application is going to get created. So let me move to this EC2 here, because we are creating a instance now. We are going to create an instance. So once you see, try to refresh, you see one by one. Web server security group is already done. Just watch the events which are happening. So web server instance is getting created. You see this instance is running, nothing is there, just say instances. I think it is getting deployed very soon. Yes, it is running now. This web server, we have just created the instance using our CloudFormation template. Yeah, still more actions needed. Instance is getting created. In a minute's time, minute or two, you should see the stack of application stack should be ready. I'll try to refresh once again. Still the web server instance is getting through, because the health checks, all these things also needed. It is still under initialization, only you can check. Yeah. Yeah, web server instance is ready now, and it is creating a disk volume. So this should take a minute, few more time. Yes, disk volume is created. It is mounting. Disk mount is happening. Yeah, it is still under progress. So now you can see that the lab application is complete. You can see the stacks also, the resources which has been created. You can see this, all these resources has been used. Outputs, very important, we need to get an URL. So this is the URL. You are expecting a URL? Yes, this is a URL. So just copy this one. If everything is okay, proper, just copy this one, open a new tab and say paste it here. You should see your web application is ready. Congratulations, you have successfully launched the CloudFormation template. Okay, this is the output. You can see now two stacks are ready: lab network, lab application. Okay, we already explored the information from the template. You can see this one. Now let us learn about how to update a stack. See here, in this updating of a stack, let me explore this one. Web server. You see this, the template contains, if I see this, show you the security, see the security groups, it contains the information related to HTTP only, the rules, only HTTP is allowed. We want to add something which is called a port 22 also to this template. How do we do that? So here you need not again redeploy the complete template, you can just have an update. So for this you can download this application 2.yaml. I'll just show you. Save link as application 2.yaml. Okay. So what does that file contains? See this one. There is a small addition to this to compare to the previous one, which is, you see here, this 4 lines has been added. These 4 lines. IP protocol is TCP. Earlier we had only these 4 lines, IP protocol TCP with port 80. Here from port 22 to port 22, that is CADR 0000 can be allowed to access this particular one. Is this clear? So this part has been enhanced. Only this part shall be added to this one. So how to add? You see this. So here we want to update the existing stack. So lab application, I want to update the existing stack. Use replace the current template. You can specify the current template, upload. That is whatever is the modifications which you have done. That 4 lines which has been added. Okay, just say next. Okay, this is lab network. Say next. This tags also, you can give the tags. I think we can use the same tags which are already there, application and inventory, permissions. Okay. Now the most important one, this is in the 4th step, you see review. Under review, when you see at the bottom almost the changes, only the changes are previewed here. You can see this preview, you should see that. So if you are not seeing that, try to refresh, you should be able to get it. Otherwise, you have done something wrong. So web server security group is the preview, which we need to add into our existing one. This is the modification, which just say submit. Just say submit. So the stack should get updated. This part, yeah, its updation is going on. It should not take much time because it's not deploying the entire stack. Web server security group, updation in progress. Yeah, this updation is complete. Updation is complete, and your stack is also ready. The updation is complete. So you can see when you say stacks, you can see this lab application has been modified. Now let us also explore this one, EC2. We are already into EC2. The earlier one you had only port 80 HTTP. Okay, let me try to refresh and see. Yeah, you can see now SSH also appearing. So that means that stack has performed its actions. This is how you can update this one. Updation happens. I hope task 3 is now complete. Yeah, exploring the templates with CloudFormation Designer. Let us go through these stacks with help of the designer. So what we do, go to the designer, open your file, that lab application 2.yaml. I'll show you how you can make use of this designer. In this CloudFormation, maybe you can say create a stack. Okay, create template using in designer, or use this sample, or template is ready. You can upload a template, choose template, lab application 2.yaml, and say view in designer. You can see how the designer code is. It is a graphical designer. Many people who is not familiar for designing the code, they can even do a drag and drop also to get the code defined in this particular one. See this, the code is also here. You see, this is the code which is in YAML. If you want in JSON also, you can get the code in JSON also. You see, I think so you should see a small diagram also. Yeah, there is a small diagram here, very small. I am bringing it here. I can expand also to see what is actually the code. It's a graphical one. So you have web server security group, web server instance. This is how your diagram looks like. This is all the resource pane. You can just drag and drop whatever is the things which are there. You can see all the services here. So whatever you do here, so automatically the code gets deployed here. The code gets deployed, and if you are good in writing this code, yes, you can even use these resources, or you can straight away write in YAML also, or JSON. It can be interchanged using these codes. You can straight away save or deploy or whatever it is from this particular navigation pane, from this designer dashboard. One of the user friendly ways of accessing this designer dashboard, right? So this is about understanding about the designer dashboard. Last but not the least is deleting the stack. We also need to learn about how to delete the stack. So he asked us to delete the stack of what we call this lab application stack only. Remember, do delete only the application stack, not the else one. So go back. Where is that? You can leave your designer dashboard. Maybe I write. You can say changes I don't want. So go back to your stacks. So he asked us to delete only lab application stack. Remember, once you delete all the stack, your EC2 gets terminated. Everything gets terminated related to that particular stack only. Related to that particular stack. No need of manual deletions. So yes, you can see this one. Delete the stack. I delete the stack and say delete. So one by one the resources gets deployed. The request has been taken. See this, you can see in the events what is happening, deletion in progress. So in a minute's time, all the resources like EC2 also gets terminated, you see. It's running now, the request will come. And also one more thing which you need to see, this template contains when your deletion, it will take an AMI image also, sorry, a snapshot. Let us go through the snapshot whether it has started taken or not. So it will tell you also disk volume, deletion in progress. Once you see that the instance is terminated, you will also see a snapshot also being created. So disk mount point is completed. Yeah, web server deletion in progress, volume has been deleted. You can see now it's running status 2 terminated, yes. So I will also show you the snapshot. You should see a snapshot here. Yeah, this web data snapshot which has been taken just a few seconds before. You see this one, this is 11:15:25 and the current time is also something related to the same value. Just a minute before this has been taken, right? So yes, 11:16, 11:15 it has been taken. Okay. So wait till the stack is complete. Yeah, lab application stack is complete, deletion is complete. You should see, yes, try to refresh. You should not see in the dashboard now. This is task number 4. This is the final task which has been assigned. You see this task number 5, deletion of task stack. Okay. So you see a snapshot. Once this is done, what you can do is that is the end of our module 10 guided lab. Okay, so you can just say submit. So once you submit, you will also get your score, how much you got. Or you can check your grades. Yeah, it is 20/20. So hence we have completed our lab. Remember to end lab. Okay, so this is the end of our lab, so that all the resources gets terminated. Okay, we will again meet in a different lab. Thank you and bye.